Yo, welcome back to more Fate Hollow Ataraxia. So, I guess we're just gonna keep going. I don't know really what else to discuss as far as what's going on. Hopefully, at some point we can figure out a way to not get sniped by Archer. Really loving the switching back and forth between Shiro going through what he's going through here and Angra and Bazet. I think Angra and Bazet are such a crazy duo. Angra himself is such a degenerate, just awful, but very interesting thoughts. Especially talking about the Hero of Justice thing, which we've just, if like as a Stay Night fan, it's like, man, to have a new perspective on it besides Shiro and his journey on it is kind of cool. Especially since Bazet seems to have her own reasons for wanting to be a better person and do that for Fuyuki here. But in the meantime, we're just gonna keep it going, man. So we got new Saber here at the Emiya residence. We are on the 3rd day. So we got Ilya at the station front. See at the temple, we got Taiga on the grounds. Oh man, I kind of want to go see Ilya. Let's go. Whoa. So we are at the storefront. No later than she produced that joyful utterance, Ilya dashed into the shop.
Ilya, 走ると危ないぞ.
My voice can no longer reach her. Well then, it seems I've been left all alone at the storefront, but I am pierced by all kinds of stares from around me. This is a boys-prohibited fancy shop, and the discomfort is nothing to joke about. An urge to flee takes over me for a brief moment, but I can't just leave Ilya behind. You'll be fine. Ilya returned to lead me inside by the hand. Only with that did the stares from around me soften up a bit. Yeah, you're here with Ilya. It's fine. To begin with, we're here simply because she asked. During one of her raids, Ilya saw Saber with her usual stuffed lion. Iconic. And after teasing Saber for a while... Man, I got told from Matt that apparently the Sakura cock blocking is so common in this game. No! I will attain my rider. I don't know what that means, but I just want to spend more time with her. Rider route, let's go. And thus we're here to buy Ilya a stuffed toy. Saber's lion is a unique item. Fujin won it at a game center. I can't get another one like that. So instead, I'm going to buy Ilya a stuffed animal she likes. Well, leaving that aside, she does look charming in her own way as she examines all the various toys. Siblings would be impossible. Our hair and eye colors are completely different and we look nothing alike. We're too close in age to be parent and child, while going with the most appropriate. I mean, Ilya is adorable, that's just true. Flattery or not, I think Ilya is cute just the way she is. Oh my god. Yo. But then that doesn't extend to the part about Berserker and saying things like, I'll just kill you. That's where terror surpasses it by a wide margin. Did she? Oh great, what on earth did Tosaka teach her? On the other hand, it's a perfectly logical assumption after seeing me walk around places like these together with Ilya, is it? If I get spotted by a classmate, who knows what misunderstandings will happen? Well, a rumor with no basis to it will stay just that, a baseless rumor, so I should maintain my dignity. So weird. Oh my god, why is Ilya clings tightly to my arm. I take back what I said. There's no way to do this in a dignified manner. As gently as I can, I shake her off my arm, staying as discreet as possible. Yeah, you're not gonna make him into a doll this time to keep him forever like that bad end in Fate Rally. Let's not. Of course, she won't do that now, but you know, Shiro was luckily able to break out of the what's it called, the suggestion in the last part. So be wary of Ilya here. He's very aggressive in this VM.
そのうちあの時素直に私のものになっておけばよかったなって悔しがらせてやるんだから。
そうなったらいいな。
Apparently dissatisfied with my answer, she puffs her cheeks and goes back to looking at stuffed animals. Eventually, she finds something cat-like and turns back towards me.
ねえシロ、これなんてどう？
Would you call that a Catman or something? At any rate, that's the toy she's holding out in front of me.
だらけた猫にしか見えないな。俺にはぬいぐるみの良さはわからない。イリアがそれでいいと思ったんならいいんじゃないか？
何言ってるの？シロの新しい体になるんだから真面目に選ばないとダメじゃない。
I'm over here like she wouldn't do that this time, right? Well, nope, that's gonna be your new body, Shiro. Come again? What did she say just now?
イリア、ちょっと待ってくれ。それはどういう意味だ？
内緒内緒。ああ、こっちも可愛い。いじめがやりそう。
Her eyes happily move on to the next toy.
逃げようかな、俺。
Already hate myself for thinking that I couldn't leave Ilya behind just a moment ago. No, that surely was a joke, for sure. But to be on the safe side, I'd better splurge on some dessert on the way home just to curry her favor. Haha. Oh dear. Oh, Ilya, never change. Alright. We still got Ku up here with the exclamation points. Eventually we'll get there. And the ooh, successor? Question mark. Wait, I think we did that though. Cause yeah, that was that's when we came here before, right? And then Ku was there. And he talked about, yeah, the successor, and I don't know. Or this just could be different. We could actually meet Karen here properly. So tempting to try. But for now, I guess I'll stick with the new. Just in case I'm wrong. So you got Saber in the courtyard and the mystery at school.
ちょっとあんた3年のエミヤ先輩だろ。
Who's this? I look back towards the voice trying to stop me. This looks like Shiro's big brother. And discover an little brother, I guess. An underclassman that I'm sure I've seen somewhere.
あれ、君確か
1年の三辻みのりって言うんだけど、
Oh,
弓道部に入ってるんで知ってますよね。
this is her little bro. Okay. Wow, he looks a lot like Shiro. What the heck?
ああ、三辻の弟さんか。道理で見覚えがあるはずだ。
I see. Now that I think about it, I've seen him around since early spring. Sakura vouches that his archery skills aren't too shabby. Mitsuzuri criticizes him as all show and unacceptable, but she's the type that's harder on her family, so he might just be the club's most promising ace.
姉ちゃんの弟ってやめてもらえませんかね。君っていうのもやめてください。らしくない。みのりとかお前とか呼び捨てでいいっすよ、エミヤ先輩。
Alright, that's cool.
じゃあ、みのりでいいか？
ええ、それぐらい気安い方が楽でいいでしょう、オタ。
I wonder if he's being impolite on purpose or because he just is. Either way, I can't say he makes a good first impression.
で、何か用があるのか、みのり。呼び止めたのはそっちだよな。
あんたに用なんてないですよ。ただ、部活もやってない人間がブラブラしてるのって目障りじゃないですか。エミヤ先輩、そんなんでも元弓道部だし、一応何やってるか聞いておこうと思って。
ちょっと調べ物をしてたんだよ。そっちは部活の帰りか？
分かりきったこと聞かないでください。弓道部が終わったついでに教室に荷物を置きに来て、その帰りです。
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's a dick. I see, but even then, this is the third year's hallway. I don't think there are any first year classes here. Okay. We both keep our silence. Minori seems to have something on his mind, but he's certainly not saying it. Okay. Strange, he doesn't seem the type to hold back.
弓道部の調子はどうかな。部員として新部長どう思う？
I want to hear from a first year's perspective, not that of Mitsuzuri or Fujine.
麻藤部長はよくやってると思うけど、俺も含めて素人が多いから結果が出にくいだけで、来年になれば誰だって納得するよ。
そうか。さくらのことだから一人で頑張りすぎてないか心配だったんだ。
辞めた人間が何言ってんだか。部長にはあんたの心配なんていらないよ。たく。
What?
未練があるなんてみっともね。
She's our friend, asshole. Oh my god, this saucy ass freshman here. He's full of hostility. Perhaps Mitsuzuri's little brother is really upset by the fact that I quit the club. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know.
なあ、途中で辞めたことで突っかかりに来たのか？
別に先輩に意見なんてないですよ。あれだけ車が立ってるのに途中で辞めるなら、余人にはわからない理由があるんでしょうし。弓道場に顔を出すのも、まあ、勉強になるし。
Oh,
その
okay.
日だけ姉ちゃんの機嫌も良くなるしで、悪いことは少ないっすね。
I don't get it. And why all this hostility?
用がないならここでいいか？もう少し校舎を回りたいんだが。
ああ、いや、ちょっと待てよ。あんたに用はない。あんたに用はないけど、姉ちゃんがあんたのが詳しいって言うからさ。
Okay, now we're getting to the real thing here.
その、部長の趣味とか、好きなものとか、教えてほしいんだけど。
You have a crush on Sakura? Now I get it. No, in this case it'd be hard not to.
ちょっと、聞いてるんすけど。知らないならいいっすよ。それはそれでいいっすから。
This guy acting on cool, all cool, like, yeah, I don't care that you quit, whatever, whatever. You know. Oh, by the way, do you know what she likes?
いや、それなりには知ってる。けど、それを聞いてどうするんだ？くだらないことに使うなら話はここで終わりだけど。
別に、あんたに答える義理はないですけど。
俺もそっちに教える義理はないんだけどな。
It's a ditto.
姉ちゃんの言う通り食えないやつ。
The boy curses me softly. His attitude is a little stiff, but Minori seems to be a reasonable guy otherwise. Does he?
あのですね、知りたいのは俺個人の問題ですよ。悪用もしません。贈り物の参考にするだけです。
Okay. Alright, well, he's told us that then.
つまり、さくらが好きなんだな。
別に好きとかそういうんじゃねえよ。
Oh, this guy's a tsundere. I get it now. Okay.
ただ、もうすぐ秋大会だろう。部長、疲れてるみたいだから、なんとかしてやりたいだけだ。
Well, that's sweet. He answers calmly. There you go, that's all I wanted to hear. Except that his burning red face is about to set me ablaze as well.
なるほど、なるほど。で、さくらのどこが好きなんだ？
人の話何も聞いてないっすね。あんた。
聞いてるってば。聞いてるから教えてほしいんだって。
Chiro is so patient.
誠実さゼロ。言いたくないです。
He turns his face away. And again, silence.
どこが好きってわけでもないんですけど。麻藤先輩、美人だから。
Fair enough, buddy. It seems like he gave in to the silence. Yep, I'm sure Mitsuzuri loves to make fun of a character like this.
美人だからって、えらく抗議的な理由だな。そんなこと言ったら、三つ釣りも美人だぞ。
姉ちゃんなんかと比べんなよな。そもそも姉ちゃんは女じゃないっすよ。
Yeah, it's like a weird thing to ask. It's like a beauty, huh? It's a big compliment. But don't you think your sister's beautiful too? Wait, what? Oh wow. That's one bombshell of a statement to make while Mitsuzuri's anywhere within the kilometer-wide radius from here. This man is not to be underestimated. That is living on the edge.
いえ、今のは言葉のあやっすから。
ああ、頼まれても言わねえって。
She'd shoot me to death first if I did. I don't want my friend to get a criminal record, but more importantly, I value my life. Ain't that a beautiful thing to read from Shiro?
話を戻そう、みのり。で、部長のどのあたりが好きなんだ？
その大人っぽいところとか。
ふむふむ。他には？
たまにみんなに見えないところでお茶こぼして赤くなってるところとか。めったにないけど、はしゃいでる時の柔らかそうな感じとか魅力的だと思うけど。
Okay. Alright, I like that. I like that.
ふむふむ。次はこっちの番だな。さくらの趣味は今のところ料理ぐらいで、好きなものは江戸前屋の大判焼き。欲しがってるのはカジュアル系の洋服かな。
I'm not too sure about the last one, but I think I heard her say something like that to Ryder the other day.
あんたさ、俺にそこまで教えていいのかよ。
Sure, why not?
仕方ないだろ。そこまで言ってもらったら
I know.
教えないわけにはいかないじゃんか。
He's opened up, he's been so honest. There you go. The third bout of silence. Since it doesn't look like there will be anything accomplished after this, I'll end it here.
じゃあな、秋大会頑張れよ。
いや、あんたに言われなくてもできるとこまでやりますけどね。
So weirdly hostile. And Minori goes on his way. Well, what do you know? I knew Sakura was popular, but to think that even Mitsuzuri's brother...
けど、大人っぽいか。
Caught me off guard, what can I say? Maybe it's just Minori-kun, or maybe that's how the underclassmen see it. Either way, Sakura has become one fine senpai. Look at our kawaii. All grown up. It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over. There are no major events, okay. I guess we'll go out for a walk with Saber again. The temple, I guess. There are no signs of life at the temple gate. There aren't any noticeable changes here. This mountain is almost an hour away from town and has always been wrapped in silence. Yep. I have been to Ryudo Temple with Saber before, but this is the first time we're visiting at this hour since the last Holy Grail War. I wonder. No way it would happen with just me alone, but with Saber around, I'm starting to zone out a little. This has to be the spot where... the end of something is sleeping. Yes.
シロ、
悪い、考え事をしてた。何か感じるか、セイバー。
I love the memories, but we're getting like, I noticed so far, we're getting like 90% remembering stuff from Fate Route. I don't think I've seen anything from referencing Heaven's Feel, or there was one reference to Unlimited Blade Works so far with the Rin using the command spell on Saber to destroy the Grail, but it's like mostly Fates so far. Probably because we're spending so much time with Saber, but...
不穏な空気は感じません。何か新しい異常があるとしても、ここが襲われるというのは考えづらい。何しろキャスターの根城ですからね。外敵に対する防御は完璧でしょう。彼女は聖杯戦争が終わった後でも他のサーバントを警戒していますから。
ああ、たまに竜道寺で話すけど、いまいち遠巻きな感じだしな。久月先生の言うことには 普通の近所付き合いに慣れてないだけだから多めに見てくれだそうだけど。
Excuse me. Well, when you think of her backstage plotting, it is a little hard to suddenly start being friendly with each other.
で、セイバーはキャスターをどう思う？今回の異常に関わってると思うか？
擁護するわけではありませんが、彼女の仕業ではないでしょう。仮に聖杯戦争が再開されたところで、彼女には叶えるべき願いはない。
そうだな。この状況が続いてほしいと思ってるのは俺たちよりキ
True.
ャスターの方が上かもしれない。
Just wants to be happy with Kuzuki.
あいつにとっては今まで得られなかった平和だもんな。
Well, putting that aside,
外敵への守りは完璧ってアサシン以外にも何か仕掛けてあるのか？
ええ、神経質なまでの防御結界です。初めから三門の守護者として呼び出されたアサシンはともかく、戦時下でもないというのに一月ごとに仕掛けが増えている。ここまで来ると、守りのためではなく趣味で実験しているのではと勘ぐってしまうほどだ。
haha. So that's what's making you distrust Castor. Supposing that by some accident Castor did become friends with Saber, they'd have the sort of relationship where they'd quarrel with each other outside of public view all the time.
しかしまあそれなら中まで探る必要はないな。異常はないだろうし、逆に藪をつつくことになりかねない。
I want to avoid being mistaken for attackers. The other onlooking servants aren't going to just stand around if a fight broke out over something as insignificant as this.
そうですね。ここはアサシンに任せて町に戻りましょう。正確にやや難のある人物ですが、いたずらに非道を許す人間ではない。真剣勝負を娯楽のように仕掛けることもありますが、それと同じように平穏を楽しんでいますから。
Saber's right. As long as assassins protecting the temple gates, no suspicious characters will be entering. It's very true. I think the temple's pretty safe. Though, probably not for long once the beasts overrun all of Fuyuki, but I don't know, hard to say. Regardless. Ooh, new Shinji at the harbor, alright. What you gotta say, Shinji?
シンジ。
A little before 10 in the morning, the port is still empty and there's no one but Shinji just standing there.
釣りをしてるってわけじゃなさそうだな。
He's just staring absent-mindedly at the sea, empty-handed.
おい、シンジ。
Oh my god, that jacket. That is even more egregious somehow than Gilgamesh's fur coat. Look at that. My god.
何やってんだ？誰か待ってるのか？
うるさいな。ほっといてくれ。どうせね、僕は嫌われ者なんだ。どこ行っても出番はないし、あったとこ
Oh
ろ
my
に色物だし、
god.
気分転換に釣りに来れば変なのに絡まれるし。
Oh man. Oh, that self-awareness is just chef's kiss right there. Oh my wow.
どうよエミヤ。さくらの出番の多さに対して僕3回
Wait,
だぜ。
what?
すっげえ片手でも指が余るって正直調整おかしくない？つうか兄より優れた妹など存在しねえ。
I mean, that's just not true. But listen, how meta is this? Wait, what the hell? Shinji moves to a far corner of the port. He curls up into a ball like a pill bug. I think he may be about to lose it. Oh my god, look at him there. Dude, hold up. Hold up. Yo, this is a depression meme right here. Look at this. Look at fucking Shinji here. Oh my god. Jesus. He'd probably welcome a cardboard box to cover himself up. Seeing him down like this, I try to hold back the tears welling up in my throat.
バカ言うな。負けるな、シンジ。立ち上がれ、シンジ。
Look, I still don't like Shinji, but listen. Even I don't want to see him like this. Come on. Get yourself together.
そういう不遇な扱いに全く気づかない。周りの空気をこれっぽっちも読もうとしないのがお前の強さだったはずだ。
Wow. I mean, yeah, it's true. I try my best to cheer him up.
やだね。疲れたね。もともと僕は陰湿な性格なんだね。正しいマトウの血を引いてるんだね。じいさんも親父も親父の弟もこういう風に端っこで悩んでるのがお似合いなのね。
Holy shit, father's little brother. Finally, somebody references Karia. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. Shinji curls up even more. Oh, man. Why do I feel bad? Why do I feel bad? Why do I feel bad? It's the context. It's everything. Okay, it's the context. Obviously, if it's Stay Night, like, even in Stay Night, Shinji's understandable. He was raised that way. He's just like, and it doesn't excuse anything he did in Stay Night or anything before that. But it's like, okay, I can understand why you're a piece of shit. It's still him. And his complex is like, just, but, and obviously what he's done is just fucking awful. But here in Hollow Ataraxia, everything is like weird. Everything is like, I don't know what's happened and what hasn't. I'll hear him out. I'll keep a somewhat open mind to Shinji here. I do feel bad.
いいからさ、さっさとよそに行ってくれない？
Did I read this? Well, it takes an extraordinary person to behave in such a manner as a place as pleasant as this.
僕は運命の相手を待ってんだよ。僕が主役になる最後のチャンスなんだよ。
Oh my god, what?
手ぶらのエミヤに用はないんだよ。
Dude, what the heck? My last chance to become a main character. Who's your destined opponent? He shoos me away. I can't really think of anything else to try right now. I'll try coming back here later. How is this making me feel conflicted about Shinji? Alright, student council, I guess. That was so meta. That was so weirdly meta, though. I'm kind of curious who his destined opponent's gonna be. Also, sorry if I hit my mic and broke your ears. I apologize. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Regardless, damn. It's just like everyone hates me. I'm a terrible person. I am a Mato. Even my grandfather, my father, his little brother were suited to sulking like this too. It's just who I am, man. Leave me alone. I'm waiting for my opponent. I just want to be a main character. I've only appeared 3 times. Like, what the fuck? I'm idly passing the time in the student council room.
ここで8二金
Ooh, they're playing shogi.
いや、これだと2手多いか。
Issei doesn't seem to have much to do, so he's solving shogi puzzles in old magazines. It would be great if we had a board in pieces, but there's nothing like that in the student council room. Since it would set a bad example for other students, any items used for amusement are not to be brought in. That's Issei's own policy. That's very strict. Not to be left behind, I'm also enjoying the Fujimura Taiga Blast from the Past crossword puzzle that the newspaper club had published. Wait, what? But with the subject being what it is, it's more like hardship than entertainment. The Fujimura Taiga Blast from the Past crossword puzzle. How did she get a crossword puzzle published? The Yakuza
この
connections.
桂馬はどうにかならんのか。目障りすぎるぞ。エミヤ、お茶をくれ。脳がヒリヒリするぐらいの厚めでお願いする。
はいよ。ああ、ようか待ってたけど切るか？
Needs that glucose.
魅力的な提案だが、3時の休憩まで耐えるとしよう。間食とて規則正しく取らねばな。
So disciplined. Seems like it's not a break he's having now. There's half an hour left until 3 o'clock. I don't know if that's his self-imposed quota, but he seems to be intent on solving 3 questions from the compilation of advanced shogi problems by then. We immerse ourselves in our respective ways of killing time. With the chime of the 4 o'clock bell, Issei nods and locks the safe.
なあ、伊勢。今のなんだ？
これか。なに、 文化祭でどのような出し物をするかの申告書だ。各クラス、各部活ごとに分かれている。
そうなんだ。で、どうしてそれを金庫にしまい込むんだ？泥棒よけか？
似たようなものだ。何を隠そう。文化祭の出し物の申告は今日の4時までが締め切りでな。これよって現段階で文化祭の出し物が決まっていないクラス部活は今年の文化祭には出展できないということだ。
へえ。じゃあ4時が締め切りだったんだ。
うん。休日だというのに生徒会室に残っていたのもそのためでな。そういうわけでだ、エミヤ。本日の業務は無事終了した。帰りは信徒の甘味どころに寄っていかないか。
Sounds nice. Isai happily gets ready to go home.
また大判焼きか？一斉も好きなんだな。
Naturally, so do I. I leave my seat without a further prompt. Those reports for the cultural festival, though. Which club was it that hasn't decided what to do, I wonder? Good question. I guess we won't find out, because it's... Oh, boy. Alright. I guess we'll go out for a walk. With Saber. Oh, dear. When we come down the hill, the town has completely changed. The lights have died out, and there's no sign of any human activity. Even still, this uninhabited town is full of breathing. We got Saber with us, let's see how this one ends. It's an uncomfortable frequency, almost like a whisper. Meaningless hatred arises within me. It must be the bestial scent in the air. I feel strong anger at this enemy I have yet to see.
シロ、民家には誰もいません。人間という形が冬木の町から消え去って
Holy
しまってい
fuck.
る。
Not mass slaughter, but disappearance. It seems what Saber saw was corpseless, bloodless murder scenes. Wait, there wasn't even a corpse or blood. Yeah, just actually disappearing.
不可解な現象です。これが聖杯戦争を再開させた何者かの仕業なのでしょうか。
Which I guess is Karen?
そうだろうな。他のサーバントは誰もこんな真似はしない。それよりセイバー、さっきから聞こえるこの声をどう思う？
声ですか？いえ、私にはこれと言って。いえ、確かに何か聞こえてきますね。これは犬の鳴き声でしょうか？
She narrows her eyes, trying to focus on the harsh sound. The voices become louder and louder. The shrill sounds reverberate between my skull and my brain, stimulating my instincts.
シロ、何かあったのですか？顔が土系移動している。まさか大気に毒が。
Strange. Okay. I'll never forget the sound they played last time with these things when we were up close. It was the worst sound I've ever heard. God. Yeah. Now that she mentions it, these voices are nothing other than poison.
私は武装しているので少々の毒気は弾きますが、シロは無防備です。
Even their sound is poisonous?
一旦エミヤ邸に戻りましょう。ライダーがいる以上大事はないと思いますが、やはり気にはなります。
いや、俺は大丈夫だ。それよりこの声をどうにかしてやる。
Only 2 hours
今日が終わ
left.
るまであと2時間しかない。日付が変わる前に元凶を見つけ出そう。
Before the date changes, man, Shiro knows.
シロ、気持ちはわかりますが、見つけると言っても手
There are
が
no
かりはない。
clues.
ここは無理をせず戻るべきでは。
This isn't like Saber. I've been hearing the clues all this time up to the point of blatancy.
家のことはライダーに任せよう。今はこの声を追う。
シロ！
I run ahead of her. My sense of balance is getting destroyed by the breathing of these beasts swirling inside of my ears. They can't be too far off. Tonight, Saber's with me. I shouldn't lose no matter who I fight. The howling changed into roaring. At this point, there is no need for me to say anything to Saber. That's because the enemy is in front of us. The things that wiped out all of the people in this city. Oh, there she is. Oh my god. Are all here, flocking to a girl I've never seen before. What is this song? In her eyes. I know I've seen them before, yet my memory fails me. Just a little more. If the clock strikes midnight or somebody tells me, I will remember. They howled, making jarring sounds of movement. Because yes, Shiro is like... Once he hits the point, then he will remember, but for now, he's like... I've never seen her before. Okay, a frequency outside of my hearing range. The herd informs me with certainty, with voices that no human could ever make out. Ooh, so freaky. The beast raises its head. Wringing its claws, it rushes at me as if it was crawling. Let's go, Saber. Saber moves forward in a flash. She cuts through the mysterious beasts. I don't know what force moves these monsters, but it's obvious they are no match for Saber. She should be able to clear them out without any problem. I'll catch that girl watching us from deeper inside of the park. She's got to be the one behind this real-life Twilight Zone if she's in charge of these beasts. What are her efforts? I slip past the monsters that are being thinned out by Saber. Yeah, this is a bad idea. The monsters keep attacking her. They swarm around Saber desperately, probably having instinctively realized who is the most powerful being in this area. I don't like leaving Saber behind, but this is my chance. They will never be able to outmatch her, no matter how many of them attack together. The best they can do is buy time. I can use this chance to go after their master. Finally, we get to talk to her. All this time, the girl has been simply watching us without running away. I can do this. I don't feel any threat coming from that girl. I already know that I'll be able to catch her by myself. She speaks. A voice lacking any emotion. Her clothes remind me of a lifeless doll. I'll save the chit-chat for later. Right now I'm going to catch this girl in front of me. That close-up was cool. I grab her arm. Chiro, she's about to kill you. I was about to say I would use force on her, however... Whoa! What? Nasu! Enough! What the fuck, dude? She sees through me and replies with heavy words that I have tasted once before. Wait, what? Oh, cause... Right. Cause now he's remembered. Yo. Confirmed. Why? Why'd you restart it? We were not meant to meet here. Is too soon again, like you said before? My vision flickers and in an instant... Whoa. What? What kind of spell was that? My limbs are restrained by a cloth with a will of its own. You got like restrained by like a shroud. What the fuck? I can't move. The cloth is only restraining my arms and legs, and all that's pulling on it is that girl's slender arm. So why the hell am I having trouble even breathing? Whoa. Whoa, what? The holy cloth of Magdala. My body creaks. Truly a woman of the church. Thankfully, the restraint that's holding my entire body doesn't seem to have enough power to tear me apart. In fact, this seems like a mystic code that specializes only in restraining its target. Good assessment?
あなたを殺める気はありません。失敗したのですから、このままおとなしく。
Wait. The girl's face starts convulsing. I hear a quiet sound. The sound of flesh being torn apart and the smell of blood drifting through the air. Wait, what? What's happening to her? Her face distorts in pain. What's going on? Nobody could have hurt her, yet there's blood trickling down her body.
大丈夫かお前。普通じゃないぞなんか。
I'm the one tied up, but whatever that girl is going through sure looks a lot worse.
ああもういいから布をほどけ。苦しいんだろ。何もしないから楽になれ。
I wonder how much of that she believed. The girl slowly moves her collapsing body.
こんなにあっけなく取りつかれるなんて。
Possessed?
やはりあなたは。
You are. Wait, what? We are what? Leaving that interesting remark behind, she staggers away. Hey, what? Possessed? You are.
無理すんなバカ。そもそも逃げんなら布をほどいてけ。
What does possessed mean that she just starts bleeding there? And why is Shiro, being who he is, make that happen to her? What? The red cloth is doing its job even with its master gone. I can't move, can't breathe too well, and just as I'm about to pass out,
無事ですか、シロ。
Saber's sword cuts through the red cloth. The horde of monsters is still all around us. She came to save me in the midst of her own battle, no doubt. Not letting her guard down, Saber keeps her sword pointed at the beasts.
先ほどの布は何だったのですか。この怪物たちにあんな能力はありませんが。
Whoa, Shiro.
俺もよくわからない。とにかくあの女の子を助けじゃなくて捕まえなくちゃ話にならない。
Oh, Shiro. Save that girl. Because here's the thing. This is kind of like weirdly confirming what I thought before. Where Cotton isn't the only one. Her actions aren't the only things that play here. She knows a lot about what's. I mean, she's confirmed she's restarted the Holy Grail War. She knows that her and Shiro are supposed to meet at a certain point, and this is too early. But as far as like why she's being wounded, or even the force that allows things to keep restarting, I mean, they alluded before. I mean, they straight up said it. That's to do with Angra might use Noble Phantasm, but I don't. That last part with her was really confusing. I guess we'll see at some point.
女の子ですか。
あっちに逃げたんだ。今ならまだ追いつく。すまないセイバー。こいつらの相手を頼む。
Leaving Saber to cover my back, I run off. I don't know the cause, but that girl was injured. I want to know who she really is, but first, those wounds have to be treated. Like, I almost want to call Karin a victim too, and in a way she is, given what's just happened to her, of course. She's a victim of something else. But as far as like why she's using the beasts, like why they don't attack her, they seem to. We're assuming she's their master, but I mean, given how they don't go after her and just. Even in the first bad end that we reached was her in front of us and the beast coming after Shiro. Yeah, I don't know. The trail of blood continues onto the tufts of grass on the riverbank. She's lost a lot of blood. If something isn't done soon, she could lose her life. A voice of suppressed agony. The girl is lying in the tall grass to hide herself.
おい、そこにいるな。手は出さないから逃げないでくれ。聞きたいことはあるが、そっちはあんたの傷を見てからにするから。
Run away? I hear the sharp sound of ripping flesh again. Wait, what the fuck? What's tearing her up? This isn't the time to be worrying about traps or a counterattack. Urged on by the smell of blood, I step onto the grass. Dude, what? girl's injury is worsened. I don't know what happened, no, what's going to happen, but I keep walking closer, unable to let things go on like this. I really like this song, by the way. Her agony intensifies. Every step I take, it gets worse. It seems almost sexual somehow. The gasps of pain grow hotter bit by bit. With each step, I dig deeper into her body. Little by little, I expose her body. Wait, his proximity to her is making it worse? Wait, what? Even he's aware of it now. If that's the case, the moment I reach her, she will climax. Wait, what the fuck? One more step. A part of me thinks I could treat her body and then... What the hell is going on? Another part of me doesn't want to approach, knowing I'll die. And Shiro's dead. Red liquid backed up, pouring out of my mouth. I looked down at the sinister weapon that penetrated my stomach. I've seen many things up until now, but none of them ever lived up to the horror in front of me. Whoa, wait, what? Whoa! Huge claws are coming out of her slender body. Wait, what? So that wound came from the inside? While gasping in heat, the girl formed that monster and impaled me as I got close. I'm fading out, so is that what she's being possessed by? I will die here, not even needing to wait until the next hour. And Shiro's like part of the trigger for that? Wait, what? But still, the knowledge I gained is tremendous. This was not the right place. I cannot meet her here. To learn her name, it has to happen at a place closer to the source. Engraving only that onto my memory, I released the consciousness that I kept linked to my body. And on the verge of death, looking at the figure of the girl that gave birth to this weapon, I suddenly remember a demon from a fairy tale. What? Bad end, restart, Heaven's Feel 5 end, exit, Heaven's Feel 5. It's interesting how the endings are named after Heaven's Feel, or even like the start with Angaramani, Heaven's Feel 1, and the scenes with Angaramani, we get the Heaven's Feel part. So, I mentioned before how I was like, man, we're getting a lot of references to like events from Fate, but not really Heaven's Feel. I guess that in itself is a reference. I guess that's the point. All those aspects are converging. Now, the question here is like, man, what the fuck is going on with Kanen? What is possessing her that fucking claws or a monster emerges from her body? Like, what is she? Why is that happening? She said it's a possession, I believe her, but of what? And why is she, to Shiro, she was like, you are... Why does Shiro trigger that seemingly? Well, at the very least, yes, we cannot meet here. We ought to finally arrive at the night where she was first noticed. Alright. I guess that's that then. Let's take a look at the special. 0 yen. Sadness. Well, I guess we're starting again. To the streets. We got temple. Ooh, exclamation at the ghost house. Okay. Temple map. What up, Taiga? I wander around the hills behind the Ryudo temple. The main temple building is splendid, but in the back is a thick forest. I'm quite fond of it, so I end up coming here just for a walk once in a while. And quite unexpectedly, I bump into Fujine.
シロ来てたの？お山に。
一世のとこに遊びに来たんだけどな。
But Issei would probably stay on the main ground, so there's not much point looking for him here in the forest. Maybe my excuse was a little weird?
でも、お山にいる間の竜道くんって真面目一徹じゃない？
親御さんも久月先生もいるから、そのあたりは仕方ないんじゃないのかな。
There's also Castor and that brother of his, Reikan. Oh, brother. Now that I think about it, the Ryudo Temple might actually have about as many weird inhabitants as our own house.
藤根は。
That's true.
ああ。
I start off, but somehow hesitate to ask. The bucket and dipper that she just put down already made it clear.
ちょっと桐次さんのところに行ってたの。
You know, I was wondering, I was gonna ask if this is where the graves were. But yeah, totally. Damn, RIP my boy.
そっか。
Hiritsugu was buried here, at the temple's graveyard. Fujimura Sr., together with Issei's father, took upon planning the ceremony with much zeal and ended up choosing this mountain to place his tombstone. But my visits were rare, or rather, never.
桐次さんのところの手入れは私がするから、シロはそんなに気にしなくていいのよ。
Fujine forgives me with her usual smile.
シロはまだ仕方ないわよ。でも、時々顔を見せると桐次さんは喜ぶかもね。
Oh.
でも桐次さんのことだから、死んだ後のことでいろいろ聞かせて僕を困らせてくれるなって言いそうよね。
Wow.
ま、あの人そういう人だったから。そういえば、セイバーちゃんやイリアちゃんに桐次さんのお墓のこと教えた？
いや、言ってない。
そっか。まあ、それは私が言うよりも、シロから改めて教えてあげた方がいいと思うわよ。
Those two probably have a deeper connection with Kiritsugu than I do. Well, you could say that. But even then, Ilya or Saber visiting his grave in the back of this forest, I don't think that would ever happen. Definitely not Saber.
あれ？気分悪くしちゃった？
いや、全然。
そう、ならいいか。私はこれ返しに行って降りるけど、シロはどうするの？
If I keep going deeper like this, I'll end up at his graveyard, at the graveyard that Fujine had just left through a different path. But once I get there, there's still nothing I can say to my dad. In that case, I'll just return to the temple with Fujine.
俺も戻るから、これ持つ。
あ、うん。じゃあ行こっか。
Carrying Fujine's bucket, I start walking. Looking back one more time, I gaze at the forest. I can't see Kiritsugu's grave from here.
おーい。いつかまたな、じいさん。
Oh, that kind of hit me. I don't know what it is, man. I mean, I know what it is. Like, I think Kiritsugu. Talk about Kiritsugu, especially when it comes to like Shiro and just it gets me emotional. It's like because I'm just like thinking about it. I obviously started with Fate Zero, and I find his character really tragic. Of course, I mean he did some awful, terrible shit. Of course, dude was a stone cold killer. Means justifies the ends type of thing with killing until he could hopefully make a miracle wish upon the Holy Grail to end all conflict, which was his only hope, like that miracle. And even then, that just turned into the ultimate expression of his method, which is killing everyone until there's like literally ends up him killing his family and it's just him left. Like it exaggerated it to that point. Like if it literally killed everyone, it would include them too. Then he'd be the only bad person left. But yeah, at the same time, I just find his thing really tragic and how it ended with Shiro. Obviously, him passing on the hero of Justice Gold to Shiro was also a big part of Shiro's obsession with it too. But I don't know, man. I love that guy. I just do. I'm sorry. Emiya residence map. Alright, well we still got Ku over here, so I guess that's where we're going. Sakura.
先輩、ちょっといいですか？
As I rest in my room, I hear Sakura's voice. Sure, I reply, and she comes in.
あれ、俺洗濯物出してなかったとか？
いえ、そうじゃないんですけど、今日の晩ご飯どうします？
ああ、もうそんな時間か。
I rise up. Weekends mean that a lot more people are coming over for dinner, and we might not make it in time if we don't start soon.
今日の当番さくらだったか？
はい。何か希望があれば。でも、セイバーさんとか藤村先生の希望も聞かないといけませんね。
わかった。手伝おう。
My break has been interrupted anyway. It would be more meaningful to help out Sakura now.
でも、先輩はお休み中じゃ。
十分休んだ。まあ、さくらが俺の手がいらなくなるぐらい上達してるなら、俺の出番はもうないけど。
そんなことないです。まだ先輩から免許改伝は受けていませんから。
それはよかった。じゃあ仲良く一緒に料理するか。
先輩、その笑顔が反則です。なんでもないです。はい。じゃあ遠慮なくお手伝いしてください、先輩。
Let's cook with Sakura.
この段ボール。
Sakura notices something and stops. Yeah, that's the box of fruit Fujine brought over.
柿が2箱もある。また全員で食べないとな。
藤村先生のお裾分けですか？ありがたいですね。うわー、たくさんありますね。これで全部ですか？
藤姉の家にはもっとあるらしいけどな。
リンゴだったらパイにしたりすれば結構早く使えるんですけどね。柿はどうしましょうか。
It might just work. I start picking them out of the box. The size should be about right.
さくら、今日の食材はこれにしよう。
これって柿をですか？
ああ、リンゴに劣らず柿も料理に使える。
Oh, really?
サラダとかにするだろう。だから今日はこいつを使おう。
Okay, okay. It'll certainly be a first. It's about time I start exploring the culinary frontiers, though. The god of cookery must have put these in our house to guide us.
面白そうですね。
But wait, Archer's not here.
じゃあ個数は適当に。硬いやつから選んでいって、柔らかいのは晩にデザートにしよ
う。わかりました。
Sakura uses her skirt to carry the persimmons. How should I put this? It's a really feminine thing to do. I'm actually a little envious of the persimmons now lying on her skirt. Wow.
先輩、どんなメニューにするんですか？
Sakura asks as she washes the rice. I did say I was going to use them, but I can only stare at them now piled on top of the cutting board.
う。考えてみると、思ったより柿のレシピないな。
まずサラダにします？大根ありましたよね。
大根
と柿ならナマスという手もあるか。サイドメニューから決まっていくのは問題だな。
No matter how much I stare at them, no ideas come to mind. I finally give up and look inside the refrigerator for more ingredients. With a lot of ingredients, it's like solving a puzzle.
これとこれ。これも使えるな。
ベーコンですか。
Bacon.
炭焼きにするんですか？
Oil wrap.
アスパラガスやジャガイモみたいに。
Got to give it to her, it's pretty accurate for just glancing over the ingredients. Looks like she hasn't noticed the dumpling wrap or cheese though.
こっちは包み揚げにする。柿を拍子切りチーズと一緒に餃子の皮で揚げる。
Interesting.
なるほど。味付けはお塩だけですか？
だな、両方とも。甘みが出るから下手に醤油とか入れるとダメになりそうだしな。
This just reminds me of all the dishes I still want to cook from today's menu for the Emiya family. I gotta add this to it now. Oh man. But first on the menu is of course making mapo tofu. That is going to happen. And I will share that in some form. Whether picture or video or I don't know. Either way, it's still a pretty simple dish. We are yet to leave the side menu territory though.
すごいですね、先輩。私はちょっと思いつきませんでした。じゃあ、今晩の献立は
柿のサラダか和え物、柿の包み揚げ、柿のベーコン巻き。
Sakura's reaction is only lukewarm. I know what she wants to say. The dinner table would indeed look pretty desolate with just this much.
お味噌汁に柿は入れられませんし。あ、ご飯は柿の混ぜ寿司にしますか？
Oh.
それもいいけど、やっぱりメインがないわけだ。
Got like 3 side dishes now.
そこでだな、マトシェフ。
As I assume my didactic tone, Sakura straightens her back in attention. Chef Mato.
はい。なんでしょう、エミヤチーフ。
She did the step. Oh my god.
いい反応ありがと
Really stood at attention.
う。それでだな。今日は柿尽くしの食卓。これがコンセプトなわけだが。
はい。コンセプトなわけですね。
I love how it's so simple, but they really just effectively conveyed that through just her sprite there. Chef Mato's eyes are fixed on me, full of anticipation.
で、そのメインを張る主催は、ぜひマトシェフにお願いしたいと考えているのだが。
考えているんですね。
Like how that time she stumbled on it. Oh my god. Sakura's surprised at her recently gotten big role.
それは
She can do it.
ごめんなさい先輩。私アイディアがないというか。
いや、割とネタはある。じゃあヒント。今日は柿尽くしの食卓だ。
はあ。あ、もしかして。
Sounds like she picked up on it. Wasting no time, she gets out a package of seafood from the refrigerator. That's right, since it's the Fisherman special night.
カキですか？
Oysters.
そう。柿だけに柿と柿。ただの語呂合わせだけど、両方とも秋の食材だからな。
Kaki kaki.
なるほど。先輩、お見事です。少々ベタかなと思わないところはありま
That's
す
a
が。
little corny.
それでこそ私の先生です。
Hey. That's a complicated way of speech my student has adopted.
いや、話を戻そう。冷蔵庫の牡蠣だけど、これさくらが買ってきた？
はい。本当は殻付きの生がいいんですけど。
レモンで食べられるほどの
Live oysters.
新鮮なやつか。贅沢はできないよな。で、牡蠣は何がいいかな？フライ？
あ、私グラタンにしようと思ってたんです。フライもあるといいですよね。
Fried oyster skins. Oh. Alright, we are all set with both concept and variety. With the dishes planned, there shouldn't be any complaints. Even Fujina should be happy.
じゃあ手分けしよう。サラダとグラタンはさくら。焼き物揚げ物は全部俺で。
そうすると先輩の方が仕事多くないですか？
ホワイトソース引くところからさくらやるんだろ？だったらそっちの方が手間になるんだし、火加減のあるものは一人でやった方が仕上がりがいい。
Ah, so saith Chef Emiya. We skillfully divide up the workload. Preparing food for this many people, we have to plan the oven schedule, and even with 2 cooks, it's quite a lot of work.
じゃあ始めましょう先輩。
Cooking is so cool.
まずはかきむきからするか。あ、種があるから切る向きはちゃんと確かめないとダメだぞ。
はい、頑張ります。
I like that. Alright, what do we do tonight then? Let's go out for a walk. Can we go to the... no, we have one more and maybe the bridge after? Yeah, we gotta do North Residential and then maybe the bridge will open up here. And we cannot get sniped by Emiya. Please? Nothing that noticeable on this end of the residential district. There's just no one walking outside, but there's nothing out of the ordinary otherwise.
確かな異常はありませんが、何か妙な違和感を覚えますね。
More like the facts are contradicting each other. We can hear the peaceful clamor of families enjoying their post-supper evening. The eve at Miyama is still lit up by the lights coming from these houses. So then why is it that on a normal evening like this, we haven't passed by anyone else?
まあ危険はないんだからいいんじゃないか。次に行こうぜ。次。
I turn my back on the Japanese-style end of the residential district. Oh,
そういえば今
Jinx.
そこの家に人が入っていったぞ。 お父さんが会社から帰ってきたっぽい。
It's a monster coming home to his monster family. What looks to be the silhouette of a person smoothly enters the dwelling without even ringing the doorbell.
そうでしたか？私は気づきませんでしたが。
セイバー側からは見えなかったのか。まあ、とりあえずちゃんと誰かとすれ違ったってことだな。
Well, damn it. Now that the missing piece has been put in its place, we should go somewhere else. Welp. I guess next time we'll see if the bridge opens. At the very least, alright, Saber in the living room. Whoa, Nelly. Alright. Alright, so got Big Bridge, Tosuka residence, Emiya residence. Let's go talk to Saber. As I was passing through the living room to start the usual lunch preparations, I noticed Saber, engrossed in reading, quite unusual for her. Having not noticed my presence just yet, she's leaning forward, her cat-like eyes wide open, staring intently at something on top of the table. Well, I sure am interested in the contents of that magazine now. I wouldn't want to interrupt. I'll just go straight to the kitchen.
シロ、ちょうど良いところに。
Oh, here we go.
なんか用か?
As I turn around, Saber finally peels her eyes off the page. The thing she presents in front of her chest is a large magazine with a colorful banner headline. It's a bit of a surprise. I imagine Saber would be interested in more serious magazines.
シロ、このフォアグラというのはどのような味がするのですか?
I always forget, how do you pronounce that? Foie gras? Foie gras?
フォアグラ?
Foie gras.
ええ、そうです。あと他にもキャビア、トリュフ、
Oh,
フカヒレ、
oh my
ツバメ
god.
の巣、松茸、
Yo,
金目鯛、
relax.
金華ハム、
Yo,
北京ダック、
Saber.
ホロホロ茶、
Saber.
フグ、
Saber.
和三本、夕張メロン、
Saber.
松坂牛。
Saber, relax. Saber. Oh my god. Saber, please. Oh, jeez. Okay. You fucking...
待てセイバー、一体何の話だ?
Saber's eyes were so serious I unconsciously got scared and interrupted her.
なんで急にそんなものが気になる?
これです。
And so Saber turns the cover of the book she's holding towards me. She's looking at fancy foods. High-class foods you have to try once.
なんだこの本?
I don't recall buying this book. Come to think of it, there's no reason for me to have it either. Oh, Saber, we're gonna have to disappoint you. Sakura has a collection of recipe books that I'll never be able to match, but this is more like a guidebook.
先ほどタイガが置いていきました。
Now I understand. I can see the underlying motive. She probably thought by leaving it here in the living room, Sakura or I would look it over and say, okay, let's have matsutake mushrooms for dinner tonight. And judging by the shine in Saber's eyes, Fujine's plan is already about 50% successful. Damn you, Fujine.
で、セイバーはそれが気になったと。
I wonder if we could pool our money to afford one of these things for Saber.
ええ、皆が一度は食べてみたいと思うような食材です。さぞかし美味であることでしょう。
She so preciously wants to try these foods. I feel so bad at the idea that she might not get to. Saber visualizes the high-class ingredients she's yet to try. But with the normal person's access to high-quality goods, I doubt I can rise to the culinary standard of a high-ranking person.
セイバーだって王様としてお城に住んでたんだろ? そういう高級な
The finest of hard bread and meat. Crap, it wasn't like that. What a gaffe. Certainly Saber lived a courtly life. However, at that time, there were no pompous royal feasts or formal table manners for that matter. To begin with, the French brought high-class food with them. What century are we talking about here?
シロ、前にも言ったはずです。私の時代の食事といえば、皿もなく、ただ焼いただけの肉を机に投げ出し、それをナイフで削り取って。
すまん、セイバー。俺が悪い。
Poor Saber.
お詫びに何か食べたいものって言いたいところではあるんだけど。
Indeed, with our household's finances saying, alright, how about we go eat there? With that menu is an impossible dream.
強いて言えば、セイバー一人くらいなら。
Oh, my man Shiro. My man Shiro.
一人ですか?
ああ、 それが限界だな。あとは遠坂あたりが宝石なんかに手を出さず、ほんとこっちに投資してくれれば、みんなでシントの高級店に繰り出したりできるか
That'd
もし
be
れないけど。
awful generous of Rin.
リンが相手ではそのような行幸にあやかれる場面は起こりえないでしょう。
You would incur even more of a debt, Emiya. I agree completely. She is distinctively cheap, stingy, and a born miser. I don't want to hear her complaining. Besides, I simply can't imagine Tosaka being that lavish.
だな。そういうわけで、いつかはそんなリッチでセレブなところにも連れてってやりたいけど、それまでは俺の作る飯で我慢してくれ。
何を言うのです、シロ。私はこの家での食事にはとても満足している。我慢や辛抱などと一度も考えたことはありません。
She says such a wonderful thing with a straight face. If you say it like that, my fighting spirit will be boosted even for just the lunch preparations.
ですからいつかきっとシロの手で直々に収穫され、見事に調理された高級食材がこの食卓を飾るのだと信じています。
One day.
信じておりますから。
Because I believe in you. For the sake of my stomach. What do you believe in? Saber throws out a reckless word of belief. She flips through the magazine in her hand and finally opens the page she was after.
そう、ガチョウです。フォアといえばが、まずはガチョウを飼うところから始められてはいかがですか。
Oh my god.
ガーって、いや待てセイバ
ガチョウに手こずるのであれば豚という手もあります。豚は飼うには最良の家畜です。しかもご存知ですかシロ、この本によると地中のトリュフを発見できるのは
Dude, Saber's doing like
メス豚に限られるのだそうです。
when you go on Amazon or any website, you're looking at computer parts, wanting to build your PC, you're looking at video games. Even you're a kid, you're looking in the catalog at all the toys and the games. You're like, ah, man.
無論ハムという選択肢もありますから、品種にはこだわらねばなりませんね。
ー。ちょっとその本よこせ。
Give me
バカ
that.
トラに突っ返してくる。
Owner under idiot. In one smooth motion, she stands up and quickly evades my hand. Nimbly walking through the corridor, she puts on the slippers and goes out to the yard.
おいセイバー、上見ながら歩くと危ないって。
ようやく気づいたのです。シロ、はるかキャメロットにありて、このエミヤの屋敷には欠けていたものを。
Compared to Camelot?
菜園と家畜小屋です。幸い庭にはこんなにも空間が。
I mean, a garden is one thing. A livestock hut? Jesus Christ, Saber.
もしやキリツグはそれを見越してこのような敷地を確保したのでは。
The foresight. You couldn't tell back then.
ない。誓って親父にそんなややこしい解消はない。まあ100歩譲って家庭菜園くらいは手を染めてみてもいいけどさ、セイバー。
Yeah.
だけどメス豚もガチョウも
Or
スポン
turtle.
も飼わないぞ。動物はメストラ1匹で十分だ。
True.
虎ですか。虎の肉は古来馬肉の桜に対して竹と呼ばれ珍重されたとのこと。一体どんな味なのでしょうか。バター。
Saber's a menace. This entranced Saber, standing in the middle of the yard, seems to have a convenient filter in her ears for my voice.
おーい、帰ってこい。
Earth to the
王
king.
様、陛下。
たとえ庭が無理でもまだ希望を捨てるには至りません。なんといっても風紀市は自然の宝庫です。
Is it?
山の幸、森の幸、海の幸に
That's
恵まれた神に祝福されし肥沃な土地なのですから。夢が広がります。
The dream continues. That's so funny for Saber to say.
その前によだれ不幸、セイバー。
The drool. With a demonic book clutched tightly to her chest. Saber looks up to the clear autumn sky and sees the faraway food kingdom. Amazing. Welp, potato sorrow in the courtyard. Oh, is that the start of our garden there? Alright, we got New at the temple, and if Ku's still there, he's gonna be waiting forever. And new question mark at the rear woods, okay. We'll have time to explore everything, I'm sure. I go out to the hills behind the temple. The mountain range spread out beneath reminds me of the pure strength of nature. Quite a sight. Beyond it lies the forest of the Einsburns. When I think of that, the landscape I'm so familiar with suddenly feels like the scenery of a foreign country. I brought myself here many times. I'm used to seeing the sights of nature here, so it shouldn't be particularly impressive to me. Bright sunlight makes me squint. The scenery tugging at my chest makes me squint. Whatever caused this change in mental state right now, the serenity of the surroundings puts me at ease. Should I loosen up and relax? I couldn't end up gazing at the mountains until the stars come out. Okay. This is a totally random, probably untrue thought, but the CG that just flashed there with that house, we only saw it for like a split second. But in my mind, I was like, could that have been the house Waver lived in with the two old people? Anyway, random thought.
いや、そんな場合じゃない。甲羅干しはまたの機会にしないと。
When winter break comes, everything will be covered in snow, so we should have another camp next summer or something instead. I bet no one would mind having a picnic here either.
来年か。気の長い話だな。
What happens until then will be another story. Getting up and stretching my back, I leisurely leave the graveyard behind me. It's just after 9 p.m. Okay. Alright, here's what I've been waiting for. Out for a walk with Saber. Ooh, buddy boy. Alright, Archer. Fuck you, dude. Let's see how this goes. Let me see that glint. Crossing the bridge, we head over to Shinto. There's nobody on the pedestrian walkway at this hour. Tonight, with no cars on the roadway, the sound of the breeze from the sea echoes around us.
懐かしいな。あの時もこうやってセイバーと教会に行ったんだっけ？
ええ、まだマスターの自覚がなかった素人、まだあなたのサーバントになっていなかった私と、まだ敵であったリン。こうして振り返ると、さぞおかしな3人組だったのでしょうね。
Good times. Saber chuckles. Both of us are laughing from the memories of that night half a year ago. I remember it even now. No, I'll remember it for the rest of my life. That night was special. All of the time I spent with Saber during the Holy Grail War was special, but that night was the beginning of it all.
けど、セイバー不機嫌だったよな。あの夜は初対面であんまり話せなかったけど、教会に向かうときは輪をかけて無言だったっていうか。
She was just chilling in her raincoat.
不機嫌にもなります。今だから言いますが、あの扱いには怒りを覚えたものです。変装させるのなら、他にやりようがあったのではないですか？
Oh my god, she's upset about the raincoat. I see. Milady Saber was displeased by the yellow raincoat, Blasphemy. Then again, she's using it quite often. Is that some type of silent protest against me?
何やら言いたいことがあるようですね。いいでしょう。あの時の謝罪を兼ねて、ここで決着をしろ。
Alright, come on, Saber. Protect us. Hey. Wow. That was close. Sword bounces against light. The aftershock causes the air in the bridge supports to vibrate.
下がって。敵サーバントの攻撃です。
He's still shot. Oh boy. He's still going for it. I'm surprised he shot with Saber there. Alright, Emiya, let's do this. The second shot. I can't grasp what's happening. Saber stands in front of me, repelling the incoming bolts of light with her sword. Where they are coming from, I can't tell.
敵サーバントだって。くそ。一体どこのドイツが。
The third shot. Saber once again deflects the bolt of light. This is not good. That one was definitely more powerful than before. She managed to defend against the last shot, but if the rest keep increasing in force, how long will Saber be able to hold out? If Saber were alone, she would move forward while deflecting the bolts and could probably take the sniper down before she is defeated. Granted, Archer doesn't appear to be going all out, otherwise he'd fire like a broken phantasm or something, but I don't know. But the one being targeted is me. The moment Saber moves away, I will be pierced right through. As long as Saber is protecting me, she can't move forward. No. In the worst case, we may not even be able to retreat the Miyama. Because of me, one of the shots will... Dude, Archer, why? Why now?
シロ、敵の攻撃は私が防ぐ。今はそのまま動かないでください。
The fourth shot. There is urgency in her voice. The enemy knows that I am her weakness. Saber takes an unreasonable posture as she deflects the bolts of light raining down on a wide-open Emiyashiro. At this rate, Saber is going to lose. I know what needs to be done. In short, defending myself is my own responsibility. Shiro? I focus my nerves. I could see the incoming shots. And if they can be seen, they can be stopped. Oh my god. Trace-on? The old me may not be capable of it. But the Emiyashiro that survived through the Holy Grail War must have the experience and ability to make that possible. Trace-on? Flip the switch, Shiro. And then the fifth and final shot. Saber is knocked off her feet. No doubt about it. These bolts of light are long-range shots using noble phantasms. No matter how powerful she may be, Saber cannot defend against long-range sharpshooting where each bullet is a noble phantasm. If Saber were alone, she could have avoided any number of them without having to deflect them with her sword.
ダメだシロ、私なら一撃くらい。
No, you can't. Saber will be defeated by the sixth shot. That is the conclusion drawn from this method of defense.
なめるな、俺だって。
Let's go, Shiro. See what you can do now. I can watch my own back. I glare at our attacker. I see the light being fired, aimed at my forehead. I see it. Now that I see it, next I... What? I totally forgot. What was I supposed to do next? God damn it, Shiro. Are you fucking kidding me? So, okay. It seemed like intuitively Shiro was like, okay, the me that got through the Holy Grail War would know that I could trace the projections and stop them. Because he's done that. He did that with Gilgamesh. He's done that. So it's like... But here, it's like, he doesn't remember. And he even forgot, like, wait, what am I supposed to do here? Because he hasn't projected anything so far in Hollow Ataraxia. And I guess, they are kind of keeping that ambiguous with Shiro as far as what he remembers and what he knows. Considering everything is, like, just so muddy, but I don't know. I screwed up. What was it? What did I do wrong? Was I forgetting something, or have I not learned something yet? Oh, crap. Where had I missed the fundamental part of the skills possessed by the man named Emiyashiro? My brain comes oozing out from the hole in my forehead. So we have to trigger an event that makes Shiro remember how to trace and how to project. We have to trigger that. Because even in Fate Route he projects Avalon, but you know, he still has those fundamentals there. So I guess we gotta get him to remember it somehow through some event. I can't really hear what she is saying. What should have been done? What was it that I forgot? My mind is becoming distant. I drop out of the race without even reaching the 4th day. This still wasn't enough. Perhaps I couldn't use it because I hadn't tried it and just took knowing it for granted, so we have to get him to do it before we try this. Now, where do I go to fully grasp the fundamental abilities of Emiyashiro? The shed? It's where he's done it before. Oh, balls. Well. Defeated. Something is missing. Who am I? To restore the memory, I must understand once again. So yeah, I think I understand what I have to do. I just have to figure out where. I would assume the shed, but I don't know. Maybe somewhere else, but we'll keep that in mind. That wasn't enough, unfortunately. Do I have any money now? I'm so broke. Okay. That's fine. Alright, let's start again. Ooh. Oh. Listen, I think this is what I need. I think this will give me the fundamentals here. This. Here in the storage room, right? We have, alright. All we have left is exclamations. Since this is what I think it is, I'm gonna do this. For no reason whatsoever, I end up in the storehouse.
あれ何か忘れ物でもしたっけ
You did forget something, Shiro. Something very important. And I get it. It's because it makes sense. Because part of the Hollow Ataraxia so far is Shiro trying to remember what the hell happened before. Of course, us playing, we can guide him on that path. But here he's just kind of stumbling into things. He's slowly remembering things. This is one more thing we gotta remember. Let's go, Shiro. Don't remember leaving anything of importance in the storehouse, but let's check it out anyway.
で何をしてんだ
After fumbling around with the junk and cleaning up the shelves, I finally remember my original intention. Although the storehouse is overflowing with junk, there's nothing misplaced here. No, since this lost object had no clear definition in the first place, it is now destined to be forever missing.
でもなんか引っかかるんだよな何を置き忘れたんだろう俺
Come on, Shiro. Let me try applying my fist to my forehead. Sadly, the external application of force brought no flashes of insight with it, leaving nothing but pain behind. Did I bump my head on something while I was asleep? I only hit it lightly, yet I feel numbingly sharp pain in my forehead. Bad enough to bring up disturbing images of an arrow piercing through my skull. Oh, Shiro. Yep, that just happened.
こんだけ探して思い当たらないってことは忘れ物は土蔵じゃないっぽいなここですることなんて壊れ物の修理だけだし貴重なものなんて置かないか
Thus, having reached consensus with myself, I leave the storehouse. But, as I step outside, a strong sense of unease hits me one last time. Not about the storehouse, but about something what I just said. Oh boy, well, we tried. I guess there might be something else we have to do to get Shiro to further remember. So maybe another time in the storehouse or a conversation or something. But clearly going there isn't enough to make Shiro remember. But it's a step in the right direction at the very least. It was the right place to go. Regardless, looks like we can just go to Ku now. I mean, yeah, we have here, there's no mysteries, just Ku here. So finally, we can go see him. At the harbor, there's a familiar face. Lancer can be found anywhere, but in the afternoon, this is where he devotes himself to his hobby. But what should I ask him about? Is he fishing? About the Holy Grail War, so that's a story advancement. What is he doing is new, so let's do that. The sky is clear. The autumn mood is covered up by the intense sunlight. The soft ocean breeze gently caresses my face. Only the screeching of seagulls breaks the peaceful silence of the docks. Without argument, this is a perfect location. Fuyuki Harbor seems like a place that would be favored by families or couples going out for a walk, and yet... he is fishing! Look at him! Yo. Look at all those cigs in that... Oh my god, hold up, we gotta look at this. Look at all those cigs in that can there. Are these the iconic cigarettes? There's that lighter there. Like coffee, drinks, bait, and a bucket. Bucket of water for the fish, maybe? Huh. Look at that look on his face. Look at that boy. With the arrival of this gangster-looking guy, it's transformed into an ominous place no one dares approach.
けど違和感ないよな
So gangster in his tie-dye shirt. In his slacks. In fact, the harmony is downright frightening. Yeah, he looks chillin'. Like a swordsman naturally becoming one with his surroundings, this has to be the skill of a pro. As a token of admiration, I'll get a can of coffee from the vending machine.
おい釣れてる
ああ、ぼちぼちってとこだな。サバ山、黒鯛4、カワハギさんってところだ。
Wow.
なんだそれ、節操ないな。
海だしな、種類が多いのは当たり前だ。
Easy for Ku.
ま、それにしてもちょいとばかり混ざりすぎだが、珍しいんだからいいんじゃねえの？
He sure doesn't seem to care. As I pass over the canned coffee, I sneak a peek at his fishing bucket. There is actually even more variety in the catch than Lancer said.
サバ多いね。
なんでか知らねえけど入れ食いでな。そうそう。
An
ちょっ
octopus?
と前まではタコが釣れた。
Jesus. Is that a magic fishing rod? At this rate, this guy could rule the sushi world. Wait a moment. Looking carefully, there's a critical problem.
ランさん、一日中ここで釣りしてるんだろ？竿がけないのか？
As the name suggests, the fishing stand is something that supports the fishing rod. It's an indispensable piece of equipment for long fishing trips. Fishing rods are fairly heavy, and in some cases even a slight vibration will cause the fish to flee. If one is to fish using a rod for half a day or more, a stand is a necessity.
ああ、あったら便利だろうが、俺はいらねえ。竿と糸で海の様子を見るのが楽しいんだよ。
I like it.
いや、当たりがでかければもっと楽しいんだけどな。
You know, I really want to go fishing. I went fishing maybe like once or twice as a kid, because I have some family deeper down south that would go fishing on a lake, and it was pretty cool. But I was a kid, I couldn't really appreciate it at the time. I want to do it as an adult now. I feel like I'd enjoy it. Even if I don't really catch much, I feel like it's just like a chill, nice experience. As Lancer keeps grumbling, his fishing rod remains motionless. Lancer's arm strength is simply astonishing. Oh yeah, to be able to just do that, like, I'm sure it's very taxing. Not just the strength, but his machine-like precision and stamina as well.
言われてみればそうか。あんたが最近の道具に頼るわけないし。その竿はそこいらで拾ったのか？
おう、親切な兄ちゃんがいてな。
Generous guy.
1日かけて直してやったらよ。お礼にって譲ってくれたのさ。なんでか次の日から顔見せなくなったけどな。
He fixed some dude's back and he gave him a fishing rod? Lancer laughs out loud. Or does straightening out a bent back means something else? Coach Lancer, that sounds more like extortion.
いや、マトンとこの兄ちゃんなんだけどな。
Wait, Shinji?
ってシンジかよ。
Am I just Shiro right now? Man, no wonder he's always moping at the edge of the docks. Wait.
で、せっかくもらったんだからフル活用していると。
Is Lancer
毎日釣り三昧なのか。
Is Lancer Shinji's destined enemy? Destined opponent?
あんたがおとなしくしてる分には安心だけどさ、釣りってそんなに楽しいのか？
楽しさを伴った鍛錬ってとこか。こいつにはちょいと自信がある。こと釣りに関しちゃサーバント中最強の自負があるね。
I believe that.
ギリシャの大英雄はともかく、どこぞのコピーバカや竿も持てねえ貧弱王子には入ってこれない男の世界だ。
Huh. That bootlegger, Archer, and that meager prince. Is that referring to Little Gil? Ah, I just felt a crevice opening up. I sense an imminent storm approaching this small dock.
いいのかな、そんなこと言って。口は災いの元だぞ、ランサー。
Man, he doesn't have to be scared.
陰口の報復があるってことか？んなもんお前が言いふらさねえ限り広まらねえよ。
Yeah, Shiro.
広まったところでどうってことねえけどな。殺し合いがしたいなら受けて立つだけさ。
That's what I'm saying, man. Lancer doesn't have to care. We'll take him on. No intention to start a conflict, but willing to accept any challenge. Is that Lancer's attitude? I like it. Lancer yanks up the rod.
サバか。
サバだな。
Holy. Apparently unsatisfied with his catch, Lancer removes the hook and tosses the fish back into the ocean. I need water. The conversation ends here. There's no place harder to cope with than a fishing ground with nothing to talk about.
邪魔して悪かった。引き続きサバを釣り上げてくれ。
おう、差し入れサンキューな。
That was nice of Shiro. I'll leave the docks behind. People, they can't understand each other if they don't communicate. To me, the dock is extremely boring, but it's Lancer's favorite place to be. The docks are as joyous as a summer day. I pray the tranquility won't be ruined by any senseless intruders. Okay. Indeed, Shiro. Indeed. Okay. I guess this is the only thing to do now. Ooh, buddy boy. Awakening. Not yet. So it looks like this is part of the path of Shiro awakening his projection, his powers, his magic. Remembering it anyway. But it says not yet, so I think in the I'm so tempted to still just do it. But I'll stick with my methods so far. But Rider though. Whatever. We're gonna be doing everything anyway, so. Now then, speaking of things to do in the living room, have a rest. I'm so bad. It's so easy to make me yawn. Not only does seeing people yawn make me yawn, seeing the word yawn makes me yawn. Another long tiring day, just a normal day as always, but all the events really tired me out. I take a bath and brush my teeth. I turn down the gas, lock the doors, and that should be it.
あれ、藤姉は帰ったかな。
Oh, I can't stop yawning. It'd be bad if I locked everything up while she's still here. No, wait, she has the house key, and it's not like she'd leave everything wide open when going home. Escort her home? Nah, she has a scooter now. That'd be pretty hard. Besides, the Fujimura group members might come to greet her on the way. If so, she should be well protected.
いいか。寝よ。
I'm still wondering about the shed thing. It was probably the next step. It says not yet because there's probably just more steps, but you know, we'll get there. Good night. May tomorrow be another good day. Oh, what? Poltergeist? Did we ever have such fun things in this house? Oh, Taiga? Who is it all of a sudden? Why'd she just whack us? The fuck, Taiga?
これは藤姉か。
あはー。セーバーちゃんがこんなことすると思ったの？べこいわね、シロ。もう3時間経ったピザくらいにベコベコ。
It is nighttime.
威張るな。遠坂だって寝てる俺に
Knee drop. Oh my god.
っていうか、帰ってなかったの？
Also, yeah, you should be home.
そりゃもう、まだまだ夜は長いじゃないのよ。
The clock says it's not quite 10 p.m. yet. To say by that time everyone's sleeping would be overly wholesome. However, at least one person is up until the date changes.
みんなすっかり寝静まっちゃって、お姉ちゃんはつまらないな。
You're so mean for waking Shiro up.
さくらも部活で忙しいんだし、
She knee dropping him. Jesus.
休憩が必要で、みんな疲れてるんだろ。俺も。
つまらないつまらない。
You've got a spoiled brat here. I wish she would focus this chaotic energy of hers on school or at least the archery club.
いや、それだけじゃ発散しきれないから藤姉なのか。いや、とにかく早く帰って寝ろ、藤姉。
シロが遊んでくれたら帰る。
Plays with you.
遊ぶってなんだよ。カードでもやるか？
I'm drowsy, but I'm not so sleepy that I can't endure this. The midnight game with the two of us, I'm not sure if it makes me feel nostalgic or lonely.
むむそれはシローの挑発ね。
なんでもいいけど、二人っきりでできるものって言ったら、ポーカーとかスピードとかか？
Speed is fun.
まだスピードの方が勝ち目があるわね。
ダウトとか向かないしな、藤音。
I can tell a lie as soon as a card is dealt, after all. Wow. Tosuka and Sakura are also both surprisingly good at that game. They're able to escape sticky situations quite well. Also not surprising. Well, that aside.
いまいち気乗りがしないわね。
そうだな。セイバーかサクラがいれば盛り上がるんだけどな。二人。
Going to wake them up would be too awkward. I can't say that it's because Fujina is feeling lonely with a straight face.
ほんじゃま、久々に二人っきりで積もる話でもするとしますか。
なんかあるか？俺に。
いろいろあるわよ。シローは避けてるけど、進路の話とか。
Ah, Fujina touches on a painful spot. That's right, Fujina is worried about my public and private matters, so I can't handle this sloppily.
了解。
Alright, let's
ちゃん
talk.
と話さないといけないって思ってたし。いいよ。
Go for it.
さくらちゃんとかセイバーちゃんとかいる前ではしにくいからね。シローは進路指導室に呼んでも来ないし。
まず呼んだことがないだろう。わかった。
I stand up from the futon. Huh? She looks up at me with confusion.
どうしたのシロー。
ちょっとお茶汲んでくる。玄米茶でいい？
はいはい。私の湯飲みで持ってきてね。
When the conversation starts getting long, it's best to have some tea. Alright. Ah, right, the hot water in the pot's already cooled off. I can't make tea unless I boil it again.
夜間で手早く沸かせば。
It was going to be quick, but it took longer than I expected. My apologies to Fujina for the wait.
いい出しっぺだしな。少しくらい待たせても罰は当たらないだろう。
You say that. In addition, she suddenly showed up tonight and woke me up with a knee drop. I certainly wish she'd done that a little differently. That would be a luxury. Fujina has acted that way since way back when, and she'll continue to be like that.
昔はあそこで反撃したけどな。
So we had pretend martial arts and you didn't win until the other tapped out from an arm lock. Back then, Fujina was bigger than me. I wonder who would win if I went at her with all I have now. Nah, even though I've gotten taller, that doesn't mean I could beat her now. While I was thinking about Fujina, the water got to the boiling point. I quickly prepared the genmaicha, pouring it into Fujina's tiger-striped cup in mine. Cute.
さて、藤姉はちゃんと待っているかどうか。
I wonder if she fell asleep. If she sneaked into Saber's room in the meantime, it would sure be a relief, but it could become problematic.
Oi, 藤姉、茶。
I start to say, but stop myself. While I was getting the tea, she has already dozed off. Right on top of my futon, no less, of course. I went through the trouble of making this tea only to see it go to waste. She came into my room uninvited, said she wanted to talk, then when I take my eyes off of her, she falls asleep.
まったく、しょうがねえな、うちの姉ちゃんは。
Oop. I put a blanket over her so she doesn't get cold. And the tea, since I brought it here, I'll help myself to it. My bed is now occupied. I'll have to suck it up, take a blanket, and go to sleep on a cushion in the living room or something.
シロー。
Fujina talks in her sleep happily.
じゃあな。おやすみ、藤姉。
See you tomorrow. Tonight, I'll probably have a nostalgic dream. Oh. That's our Fujine. Alright, well. Oh boy. Well, Big Bridge or Tosca residence. I'm tempted to go to the Tosca residence, so... Oh. The residential district's topmost house, the Tosaka Mansion. With the master gone, it is now Fuyuki's haunted house in both name and reality.
そこ、俺が掃除することになるとは。
Got him. Standing in front of the gate, I look up and mutter. Tosaka's somewhere in Britain right now, and she asked me to come and clean the house from time to time, so I don't have much choice. For that length of time, I think it would be enough just to keep the doors and windows shut. But since she asked, I really should do a proper job.
手早く終わらせるか。
Taking out the keys, I recall the incantation to release the seal. There are 2 layers of locks while she's absent, so anyone other than Tosaka will find it rather difficult to enter.
Abzug, Bedienung, Mittelstand.
Did it deactivate? The key turns and I pull out a mountain of newspapers and letters that were blocking the mailbox. Good job, Shiro.
うわ、宅配便と郵便の不在票がこんなに。俺の家に転送しておけばいいのに。
If I can't get in, it'll be really funny. Not for me, though. If I tell Tosaka I wasn't able to do any cleaning because I couldn't get the key to work, who knows what kind of scolding I'd get.
開いた開いた。お邪魔しまーすと。
For any ghosts around, haha. Or spirits. Baroque spirits. For a brief moment, I'm stunned. The room, lined with a soft carpet floor, is full of expensive, antique-looking furniture.
いやー、どこから掃除すればいいんだ。
This painting, I remember this painting. Being used to a purely Japanese style environment, I'm at wit's end. That really expensive looking nouveau light stand over there looks fragile enough to break if you touch it wrong. There are tons more things like that everywhere. Now Sakura would be used to cleaning Western style houses. I regret not bringing her along.
ライダーもいれば効率よく掃除できるしな。人手が足りないな。
For now, let's just air it out and wipe off the dust. I give the room a once over, open the shutters, and open the windows. It really is kinda dusty.
さて、掃除道具は下か。
Probably in the storage room under the stairs. Which reminds me, Tosaka did tell me something really mean. She said that if I become her live-in apprentice, I would have to sleep in that storage room. I am maid or maybe some kind of boy wizard or something. I was about to say. Wow. Motherfucking fate just made a Harry Potter reference. Shiro Emiya, ladies and gentlemen.
軽くやってみるか。
The more modern references. Flapping the brush, I dust the room. Rather than just cleaning, this is more like going sightseeing in Tosaka's house for the year-end cleaning ceremony.
そうだ、地下室あったよな。
I look through the bunch of keys for the one to the basement. There it is. Western-style houses are also grand for having basements. Movies and novels tell me that a mansion's basement should have a wine cellar or stuff like that. What should I do if it has a dungeon? Ooh.
ここか。
Even if it's pretty much the same as the storehouse at our place, the tension of knowing that many rituals have been held here makes me hold my breath. Thinking of what Tosaka must have done here stirs deep emotions. However, that's not what caught my eye.
ダンベルとか、妙にこう、
Damn.
なんつうか。
Dumbbells, hula hoops. What the hell? Damn. A boxing bag? Yo. Punching bag? Yo. What's athletic equipment doing here, I wonder? Not sure how to comment on its presence. Got an exercise ball? Yo. Actually, Tosaka did say she was doing push-ups and sit-ups before going to sleep. Sooner or later, she'll bring in all sorts of equipment and it'll look just like a gym.
さすがにしないか、そこまでは。
Dumbbells don't suit her room, so she probably decided to put them here. However, I think I've seen something even more private than the contents of her dresser.
まあ、とりあえず、ここはこのままで。
Let's just pretend I never saw any of this. The house should have gotten plenty of air by now, so I guess I'll leave early.
アンファン、ミッテルシュタンド。
Unfung. Did I lock it well? It's starting to bother me again. I can at least tell that if I don't improve my magic, things are going to be tough. In more ways than one. Yeah, we gotta... that's another thing to get Shiro to remember his magic. Alright, we could go see Ku again and I guess do the story bit of that. At the harbor, there's a familiar face. Lancer can be found anywhere. Yup. About the Holy Grail War. I should really ask for that guy's take on things after all. He's one of the more warlike servants. He might gladly adapt to this current situation as long as it means he gets to fight.
あ？誰かと思えばセイバーのマスターか。俺も気を抜きすぎかね。一瞬誰かと思ったぜ。
How the hell can he call that being out of it? I was approaching him stealthily from behind, but he noticed me from 10 meters away as if it was nothing.
似合わねえからアサシンの真似事なんざするな。
Wow.
第一盗み取ろうにもまだ一匹も連れてねえぞ。
Presence concealment F.
どうも今日は当たりが薄い。夕食の調達なら他を渡ってくれ。
His whole body is built for surviving, be it land, sea, or mountains. He'll live as he pleases anywhere. It's unusual to see him come up broke. But that's not the issue here. Also, today's catch is gonna be small, you fucking liar.
夕食の調達ってなんでだよ。
そりゃお前のところに提供してるからだろう。夕方になると元気な姉ちゃんがやってきて、息のいいやつちょうだいなんてバケツ一杯持ってくぞ。
Damn. So wait. So yeah, just like in today's menu, he's running the damn fish market.
それはご迷惑をおかけしました。というか、藤根の土産に魚が多くなった原因がこんなところに。世の中狭すぎる。
それが人の不思議ってもんだ。まあ、あの姉ちゃんそのものが不思議の塊だが。
Yeah, apparently she prevented a meteor from hitting her or some shit. Just as I thought, he's still a servant no matter what. Seeing that he adapted to the town's life even better than Saber and others, I thought he'd gotten complacent, but I guess not.
何しにって真面目な話をしに来たんだよ。あんたに世間話なんてしても仕方ないんで手短に聞くぞ。ランサー、あんた今の状況をどう思ってる？
Or to begin with,
どうしてまだこっちに留まっているんだ？
good question. Lancer is Kotomine's servant, RIP. But Kotomine Kide has been dead for over half a year. Servants cannot exist after losing their masters. Therefore, just the fact that Lancer is still here is highly unusual.
どうしても何もマスターと契約しているからだろ。
Oh my god.
ギルガメッシュの野郎はともかく、俺にはマスターなしで限界できる力はないぜ。
So, wait. Are you contracted with Kaden and... Ooh, wait.
契約って、だって琴峰は
死んでるな。確かに奴はくたばった。が、どういうわけだか契約は続いててな。俺もそのあたりは気になるんだが。
Wait, so the contract persisted, but he doesn't know why? Or with...
ま、こうしてあるんだからいいじゃねえか。生きてることを悩んでもしょうがねえだろ。汝あるがままを行えってな。細かいことは気にするな。悩み事ってのはな、どうしてじゃなくどうやってにすべきだろう。
Another tip to playing this visual novel? Geez, the scales sure have fallen from my eyes. He's already aware the situation isn't normal, but he is who he is, so he'll just keep doing as he pleases. That's the kind of spirit he has. Talk about let it be. That's so manly that I feel pathetic for being anxious.
じゃあなんだ。あんたは琴峰がいないのに契約が続いているって状況を解明しようと思わないのか？
ああ。無理して調べる気はねえ。
He's not going to be the one to find out.
向こうから何も言ってこねえ限り気ままに過ごさせてもらうだけよ。
Yeah, he's having a good old time.
それは聖杯戦争についてもか。戦いが再開したことはあんたも感じているんだろう。
ああ、それね。確かにサーバントを倒さなければいけないなんて衝動なら湧いてきてるが、それだけだ。俺は中立ってところだな。あまり乗り気はしねえが、やるってんなら相手になるさ。
Lancer isn't lying. As aggressive as I thought he was, he seems downright negative about these circumstances. Come to think of it, I even said it myself. Lancer, even more so than Saber, has already adapted to life in this town. In other words, he's enjoying his life here.
そっか。ランサーにとっちゃもうセイバーもライダーも身内だもんな。自分から殺し合うことはないんだ。
わけねえだろ。サーバントは全員敵だぜ。
He replies right away. It's the same cool-headedness I saw when you killed me half a year back.
なんでだ。あんた誰とでも仲いいじゃないか。なのにみんな敵だっていうのか。
バカ。それとこれと話は別だ。敵でも好きなやつは好きでいいんだよ。敵だから憎まなくちゃいけねえ理由なんてねえんだから。
My jaw drops. Every time I'm astonished by this man's piercing attitude. When he takes it this far, I can't help but feel that his tolerance is on a whole different level.
参った。すごいなあんた。
Man's just living life.
小僧に褒められても嬉しかねえよ。話はこれでしまいか。なら釣りに戻るぞ。そろそろ当たりが来る気配だ。
With that, Lancer went back to fishing, as if nothing happened. Satisfied with the information acquired, I leave the harbor.
あ、けどそれって。
Lancer said there was no need to hate an enemy. That battle and emotion are separate from each other. But if you look at it from the other way around, he was saying that it doesn't matter if the enemy is a relative or a lover. As long as they're an enemy, they will be killed indiscriminately. That's a fair point, Shira. Damn. Alright, well, another night. Hang around the Emiya residence. We'll get here. Eventually. Seba. Now then, speaking of things to ask Saber about, after dinner. I'm taking care of preparations for tomorrow's breakfast and the dishes that I've been putting off. The breakfast stuff is done, and while I'm making sure the oily frying pans are sparkling clean, everyone's relaxing after the meal and playing cards in the living room behind me. Oh nice. They've probably been at it for an hour already. At first, both Saber and Ryder were just learning the rules and it was pretty quiet, but now, far from that, the atmosphere has become completely different. Ryder reaches for the card on the right. Ryder reaches for the card on the left. Ryder draws the one on the left as if it was only natural.
No time で見抜かれた？なぜ？どうして？どうやって？
There isn't much to it. Minor details aside, they're playing Old Maid. Whenever Fujine makes a face like that, the game definitely isn't going her way.
もうライダーさん強すぎよ、本当。
She really is.
きっと独身術に違いないわ。いや、あるいは壁役がいると見た。例えばそこの家政婦。なぜ延々30分もフライパンを洗っているのか。
Fujine points her finger towards the kitchen. However, Ryder's sitting with her back towards me. If anything, I could be helping Fujine cheat by watching Ryder's hand.
はいはい。つまんないこと言ってないでゲームを楽しめ。そして負けに負け続け、完全なる負け犬として藤村組に逃げ帰るがいい。
Wow. Squeak squeak, I'm rubbing the underside of the pan. Get wrecked.
おのれ、弟分の分際で何を言うか。変だ、負けないわよ。勝つまでやるもんね。所詮確率のゲームだもの。100回近くやれば勝ちも負けもイーブンなん
She
だ
only
から。
needs to win once. A howl echoes in the distance. Compare this and this, repeat 100 times to determine whichever one is greater. What kind of game is that? That is, in a game that balances both luck and skill, you can't judge skill with just 1 or even 10 rounds. Skill is something that will be revealed over a long period of time, not a single match. True. That said, Fujine's line of thought will destroy her. Playing 100 rounds won't result in a tie, it'll just make their respective abilities painfully clear. She just needs her one win, that's all she needs. Well, she seems to be an expert at deceiving herself with something like, let's see, I guess about 3 more times would be enough. Well, in any case, Fujine, her face as easy to read as ever, has another card drawn by a very apologetic-looking Sakura, sitting to her side. Needless to say, the game ends with Fujine in the last place.
おかしいわよ。まさかさくらちゃんまでサイキッか。 どい。今までずっと隠してたのね。
Oh, that's just funny.
藤村先生、ババ抜きはやめて違うゲームにしませんか？
例えば
She's probably trying to come up with something where revealing your hand through facial expressions doesn't matter as much. Yeah, Fujine is way too open and honest for social deduction games. Bluff and President are the first ones out. She'd do terribly in Among Us. Constantly sus. That said, after a nervous breakdown going feral and messing up the whole place, the remaining difficulty is explaining the rules to the other two.
先生、ブラックジャックはどうでしょう？
おお、いいわ。受けて立ちましょう。
それは一体どんなルールなのですか？
Sakura proceeds to explain the rules while pretty much just playing with Fujine. There are fewer hands than in poker, and the game itself is just a slow accumulation of points, almost like a sword fight. Oh, Shiro. Even letting your emotions show shouldn't make you lose, but...
バーストに次ぐバースト。これが噂のカード破産ってやつなのね。
That was weird alliteration. Emotions show... Wait. Emotions show shouldn't... Yeah, that fucked me up. Well, it's true that blackjack isn't a great choice for people who don't know when to stop. Or don't count cards or whatever bullshit, I don't know. Alright then. The blackjack round started with the score being reset to 0, yet the result is even more prominent than with Old Maid.
スペードのエース。失礼。ブラックジャックです。
That's right. Fujine, her handful of face cards, and Ryder making use of her own intelligence, both have managed to hold on, but in the end, Saber emerged victorious. It's frighteningly addictive. Have a score higher than your opponent and you'll definitely win the round, Crazed Instinct tells you. Gradually, the rules shifted, but basically Saber ended up facing the other three as the dealer. However, in a fight with Saber, the Great Dragon, all three of them had a weakness. I guess Sakura and Ryder are two of a kind. They both have essentially 0 luck. They keep drawing inferior cards and never quite get enough points to be competitive. Look at that face. Oh my god. It goes without saying that Fujine draws too many cards and destroys herself before she gets a chance to participate. And yet, come to think of it, she is the only one to sometimes win against Saber.
結局、持って生まれた運の競い合いか。
And then there's her wild nature. Just like a battle between a dragon and a tiger.
こうなったらレートを上げるわよ、セイバーちゃん。私とあなたの1対1。どう？10ゲームトータルの結果勝負で差し馬夕食のおかず1品っていうのは。
それは大きく出ましたね、タイガー。つまり負けた方が常に空腹にあえぐということですか。
Oh, damn.
そうよ。セイバーちゃんには
Look,
大きす
look
ぎ
at
る
that beat
勝
of
負かし
sweat
ら。
on Saber. High stakes.
どう？この勝負受ける勇気があるかの？
I think she will. The eyebrow raise.
食後のゲームゆえ必勝の心構えは封印していたのですが、いいでしょう。それほどの大勝負なら
Damn.
本気を出せるというものです。申し訳ありませんが、お腹が空くのはあなたです。
You
タイガー。
fucked up. Because on one side, yes, you don't play with Saber's food. On the other hand, she's gonna play very, very seriously. Saber smiles with confidence.
セイバーちゃん、今まで本気じゃなかったっていうの？
まあ本気でやればカロリーを消費しますから。
Wow. Wait, what? But the thing is, no matter who wins, I will likely have to bear the damage. Whichever one will be gaining weight, and whichever losing, it's inevitable that the one being starved will eventually revolt. In the end, it will simply come down to one more main dish portion for dinner. As a household treasurer, I will not permit such an outcome.
はい、物騒な勝負はそこまで。お茶を入れたから一服しよ
TNT kicks in hand, I make my way through. Feeling the strength of Saber's assault, Fujine reluctantly stepped down. Thankfully, Saber promptly withdrew as well. Smart. From Fujine.
全く歯が立ちませんでした。
We chat while sipping tea. Wait, why is everyone but Saber ignoring the tea cakes?
どうしたんだ？
その負け分の方に取られちゃってるんです。
さくら、その言い分は人聞きが悪い。最初の出来事にまで発展させたのは大河です。
最後だけじゃなくて初めっからギャンブルだったのか。
はい、そうすれば気合の入り方も違う。ゲームは大切なものをかけなければ嘘だと大河が提案しました。
藤井ね。
As I glance to my side, she is lying down with her back towards me, totally innocent.
家主権限で賭け事は無効。みんなの共有財産なんだから個人資産にしちゃダメだぞ。ただし
However, I stop her as she leaps up in joy.
教訓としてバカなことを言い出した藤井はお預けだ。
Wow, damn, Shiro. Look at her.
なんてこと言うのよ、シロ。お姉ちゃんはそんな子に育てた覚えはないわよ。
うるさい。
うるさい。
教師のくせに賭け事を強制する方が悪い。少し反省してろ。
Damn.
シロのバカ。
Oh, Fujine stomping her feet like a child.
バカで結構。口寂しいなら茶でも飲んでとっとと帰れ。
To reinforce my point, I take a tea cake and put it in front of Saber.
それと経緯はどうあれ約束したからには藤姉のお菓子はセイバーのものだ。なんだ次こういうことになったらその時は藤姉に待ったをかけてくれ。
はい、今後は気をつけます。すみません、勝負事になるとつい熱くなってしまって。
Saber reflects on monopolizing the supply of confectionaries. I wonder if she did regain her calm.
甘い。甘すぎる。藤村ライガのイリアちゃんびいきばりに猫可愛がりよ。
Wait, really?
シロ。セイバーちゃんにも非はある。ギャンブルは参加した人間も捕まるのだ。
Oh, you
は
did
い。
agree.
そんなわけで私にもおせんちょうだい。
Munch munch, down goes the cracker. It's another common outrageous spectacle, but I did establish a new fact today. In a gambling game of 100 rounds, it takes merely 10 for Saber to establish herself as a master. Alright, that was fun. Third day. New Saber in Ryder's room. Wait, no. That's just, yeah. Alright, what about the streets? New in the temple. New Taiga at the temple. And that's it. Okay. Alright, I think I'll go a little bit longer here. Let's see. Where do I want to go next? We'll go Saber.
セイバー、お茶受け作ったけど食べるか？
I followed the instructions on TV and tried making an unusual kind of a donut. It's called Sata Andagi in Okinawa, apparently. Considering it's my first attempt, the result turned out to be quite decent. I'll get Saber to sample some with the tea I brought along.
白ですか？その少し待ってください。
A rummaging noise can be heard from the inside. Finally, the sliding door opens.
お待たせしました。どうぞ入ってください。
邪魔する。
I placed the tray with the Sata Andagi and tea on the table in the middle of the room.
白、これは。
Filled with anticipation, Saber's eyes are fixed on the table. If she had a tail, it'd probably be wagging non-stop by now.
まあ、テレビでやってたんで作ってみたんだ。なかなかうまそうだろ？
Num num num. I pour some tea from the pot and offer it to her.
試作品につき少数限定だけど。揚げたてを食った方がうまいかなって早速持ってきてみた。これで好評なら今度全員分作ってみようかと思って。
Nice. You got the exclusive first taste.
ではいただいて良いのですね。
だぞ。口に合うかどうか自信はないけどな。
シロが作ったものです。
Oh, that's true.
それにこんなにも良い香りなのですから、味にも間違いはないでしょう。
Her palms close together in a gesture of thanks, and she proceeds to stuff a satan dagi in her mouth. Busy chewing, she doesn't make any comments. Her expression talks for itself, though. Then that means it's a success. I let out a sigh and take a sip of tea. Well then, though I'm content with just watching Saber chew away happily, I've just remembered something, so I ask.
ところで、さっき何をしてたんだ？
はい、ちょうど着替えていたところでした。シロ、私も気になったことがあるのですが。
なんだ？
Did I make a mistake somewhere? Judging from the sampling, I thought it was quite good.
はい、リンやサクラに勧められたのですが、なぜ胸を隠す下着はあ
Oh my
れほどに
god.
多様な種類が求められるのでしょうか。
Time to have this talk with Saber, I guess. The tea in my mouth almost sprayed out. Good thing Saber phrased it in such a roundabout way. The fact that it took me a moment to comprehend the question was what saved me.
どうしてって言われてもな。
A guy would be stumped by the availability of so many types of bra as well.
確かに女性が肌を露出するべきではないと、そのための下着なのでしょうが、だとすれば何故見栄えにこだわる必要があるのですか？
こだわる？
ええ、先日タイガたちにとある店へ連れて行かれたのですが、下着は本来見せるものでもないのに、あれだけの種類が置かれていることは理解に苦しみます。
ああ、それは、つまり。
I feel kind of like a single father whose only daughter has finally hit puberty. That's exactly what this feels like. Gotta have the talk with Saber. But the way that this one daughter, that is Saber, has lobbed a question at me directly and with no signs of hesitation, completely precludes the possibility of avoiding the subject by just trying to joke about it. As if bra is the enemy.
それは、あれだ。
Thus buying a brief moment for thought, I managed to come up with my very own answer somehow.
きっと女の人のプライドの話だと。
Pride, Shiro.
プライドですか？
ああ。
I've just realized that I've said something totally stupid. Now you have to commit. What might sound even more stupid if I just muddy the waters and not follow up with anything, so putting on a dead serious face, I explain. Gotta double down now.
やっぱ男物に比べたらさ、女性の下着っていうのは圧倒的に機能やら形状やらのバリエーションがあるわけだろ？けど、それって実用性だけが理由なんじゃないと思うんだ。
というのは？
うん。つまり、人と違うものとか、自分が気に入ったものを身につけていたいっていう自尊心が働いてるんじゃないかなってさ。だから、プライド。
Therefore, pride.
ほう。
Oh, I see. She looks so troubled.
シロ、耳が紅潮しています。
セイバーが恥ずかしいことを聞くからだ。
そうでしたか。すみません、シロ。こんなにあなたを困惑させる問いかけとは思い至らず、リンに聞いたときは、シロに尋ねれば満足のいく答えがもらえると言われたので。
Wow, Rin, you ain't shit.
そう。
Well, we got a bone to pick with Tosca when she gets back. Damn you, Rin. Great, I'll keep that in mind. Next time I get a chance, I'll make sure her dinner is full of sugar. Look at her little dancing on the bed.
ありがとう。
Oh, I miss you, Rin.
独身が行きました。
本当か
？My glance unconsciously falls on Saber's white chest that she's now feeling with her fingertips. I hurriedly raise my head, changing the line of sight to look her straight in the eyes.
嘘などつきません。プライドはすなわち誇りですから、私にも理解できるものです。
I mean, that can be kind of true. Like, if a girl wants a different type of underwear, maybe it could give her some confidence to wear something a different color, more daring. I don't know.
悪い、疑ったんじゃないんだ。なんていうか、こういう話題にはどうも自信が持てなくて。
That is no problem, she shakes her head.
ご存知のように、 そもそも私は女の身であることをひた隠しにしておりましたから、いかにも女性らしい衣服とはまるで無縁でした。それでもここぞという場所での装いには気を配ったものです。
へえ、鎧と兜が普段着みたいなものって思ってたな。
ええ、戦士としてならそれは自然ですが、絶えず武装しているわけにはいきません。ショーとして味方への信頼を表すために鎧を脱ぎ、王として威厳を示すために清掃を求められる、そんな機会もしばしばあった。
Makes sense.
例えば、そう、喜ばしき凱旋。そのような折には民の誇れる主君たらんと豪奢の限りを尽くして華やかに着飾り振る舞う。
そっか。王様がいつまでも鎧を外さなかったら周りも気が休まらない。
Hearing a satisfactory response, Saber nods.
そしてそういった華やかな衣装に私自身が逆に奮い立たせられることも少なくなかった。そんな考えを得ていたことをシローの言葉から
There you go.
ふと思い出しました。
Let's see. You know, it wasn't so bad of a lie after all.
誇りを王の衣装から感じ取っていたんだな。
Because now Saber's related it to back then.
はい。後の世のそれに比べれば素朴なものですが、それでも私の目には熟練の職人と縫い子によって王のために仕立てられたあの衣装が大しく真紅の竜が縫い取られたチュニック、
Nice.
金糸で縁取られたキルトのマント、まばゆいクラウン。
No, if I'm not mistaken, that's one of her ascensions in FGO, right? I think it's that exact outfit. I remember the crown for sure. And I guess I remember the mantle as well, but...
そういった衣装にそれを通すだけで疲れを忘れ、気の引き締まる思いを味わった時が確かにありました。もはや現代の女性は男性に従うべき定めにはない。ですから、その胸に誇りを秘めながら日々を過ごすのは当然のことです。
There you go.
そこには私の経験と一脈通じるものがある。
This worked out so well in the weirdest way.
下着にこだわりを持つことで、より女であろう、自分らしくあろうとする気持ちを
There you go.
わずかながらでも理解できたと思います。
And I could totally see that. There you go. Taking a breath, she adds, looking embarrassed.
ありがとう、シロ。こんな自明のことにも気づかぬ無粋な私です。
そんなことないって。
Letting out a sigh, she steals another quick glance at the plate with one last satan dagi remaining. No need to say anything, I just push the plate towards her.
まあ、おいおい頑張ろう。
何をですか？
Satisfied expression on her face, Saber finishes the satan dagi and brings her palms together in a gesture of gratitude.
ごちそうさまです、シロ。
Oh,
素晴らしい。素晴らしいです。
that smile's worth it.
このサーターアンダギーは定番おやつ10血衆に迎え入れるに十分な力量の持ち主と思われます。
Nice.
よし、そりゃよかった。
What now?
あれ、どうかしたか？
There's no more left, but
いえ、たった今の今まで誇りや女らしさを語っていたのにたちまち食い気に心移りでは
that's whatever. It was time to
我な
move
がらあ
on.
まりに寂しいと。
気にするなって。セイバーが食い気を書いたら本気で心配する。
Laugh. For now, I have no choice but to laugh.
シロ、私もリンやサクラやタイガを見習って女を磨かなければいけませんね。
いや、藤姉はどうかな。
No matter how you put it, this is one strange conversation. I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. Instinct tells me to start putting away the tableware.
おや、タイガはシロの感じているよりも女らしいと思いますよ。
そうか？
That's definitely part of it.
ところでシロ、よろしかったら今度ランジェリーショップというものに一緒に出かけてみませんか？
Whoa. Alright, Shiro about to have a heart attack, bro.
ランジェって俺が？
Uh-oh. I must have mixed in some kind of fast-acting drug as one of the ingredients.
先ほどは偉そうなことを言いましたが、私は自分自身に対しての 衣服が似合う似合わないという感性はさっぱりないので、シロの目から見て満足してもら
Oh
えるよう
my
なら
god.
私も嬉しい。
それも遠坂の差し金か？おい、無茶言うな。
そんな露骨に狼狽するようなことですか？店内には男性の付き添い客もおりました。慣れない場所で恥ずかしいのは私も同様です。
違う、立場が全然違う。
では一緒に頑張るというのは出任せですか？
ちゃんと聞いてるじゃないか。とにかく下着選びの相談は遠坂やさくらに頼む。
いいえ、いつまで経っても
Oh
教
my
えられる
goodness.
側に甘んじるわけにはいきません。
This damn conversation. Oh boy.
聞けば見せるためのものすらあるそうではないですか。ならば是が非でもシロには見立てていただきます。
Yeah, like if you go to the beach or something.
断る、絶対に嫌だ。断固拒否する。
ほう、
It's gonna force you, boy.
そこまで強く言われるのでしたら私にも考えがあ
Oh
ります。
no. Oh dear. Dope.
金輪際、シロの見立てた下着以外は身につけません。
What? Oh my god. And Shiro's not having it. He's like, no, this is gonna get me. This is trouble. No, I can't do this. Obviously, Saber doesn't understand the implications of this. Hold
な
up.
んでそうなる？
では同行してくださいますね。
分かった。けど店の前までそれ以上は譲らない。
それでは意味がない。待ちなさい、シロ。
Oh no, they're right there. Oh no, were they listening?
何か
They were listening? Oh, rip, dude.
いえ、
Ryder's eyes narrowed.
ご検討をお祈りします。
恐縮千番、強烈至極。
Bro.
では
Right then. Oh no. And that is where we are going to end. Holy crap. I didn't think that one was going to be nearly as as much as it was. Jesus, man. Oh, Saber. Oh, Saber. I'm scared to click this one now. But there we go. That's where we're at now. And of course, that is where we'll be starting next time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this part with me. We will, of course, be seeing if we have anything new in the special here. 500 yen. Give me the Emma. It's 100, 1,000. Oh, should we save? Let's get the 100. We need to get it out of the way. Nice. Makidera.
牧寺楓。彼女には原画担当の端的な評価が寄せられている。ある意
In
味、
some
ヒロイ
sense.
ン。
演出担当のコリオと言ったらフォローは牧寺楓でできていたと
Really?
言っても過言ではないわ。
That's crazy.
一時は牧寺禁止令が出たくらいだし、踊る大牧寺取り物
What? Maki side shake down the
そ
series.
れにしても、100円のエマというのはひどくはないか？
Only 100. Oh. Damn. Well, then I guess we'll be saving up. It'll probably take us 2 goes at it because 500 each, and then for that, I don't know. We'll see though. We'll get it eventually. We gotta get everything anyway. Either way, that's what we're calling it. Unfortunately, we didn't make the progress we wanted with Archer, but it's still very cool. There's more steps to it. Now we know that we gotta get Shiro because he doesn't remember his magic, and it's been shown up to this point that he hasn't used it once, and for good reason. He doesn't remember. He knows that there's something he should and can do, but he doesn't remember. So we're gonna figure that out. Looks like that night, staying at the house. We're just staying at the house at night. You can go to the shed and trigger the next part of it. So looks like that's what we're gonna be doing on that path. Otherwise, So much mystery with Kaden. I don't know why there was the monster emerged out of her, or like claws came out. I don't know why Shiro is connected to her. I don't understand. But that's part of the mystery, and we gotta see everything to get to the bottom of it. So, but she confirmed that she restarted the Holy Grail War, but it seems like she, of course, is not the only one. Her machinations are not the only one at work, even though they are a major part of it. Obviously, we have like Angara and Bazet starting over and over again. That could be the reason we're starting over as well. I don't know what instance of time or space they're existing in, because clearly it's different than this one. You have Rin and Sakura, Edelfelt, like what the fuck? Saber Alter, weird stuff going on. Or like in an even weirder like pocket dimension of things, but or maybe even a day further than the 4th day, I don't know. Weird stuff could be, really weird stuff could be happening, and it is. Anyway, that is where we're at. I loved Fishing Coup. Meta Shinji at the dock was crazy. What a moment, man. Lots of cooking and cute stuff there. Saber in her pantsuit, Jesus Christ. That was great though, man. Yeah, that was great. I'm having such a good time with this VN so far, and I'm liking all the mysteries behind it. I can't wait to get to the further bottom of it. So I think that's all I gotta say for now. Of course, share any thoughts about this part if you have any. No spoilers, of course. But otherwise, I want to thank you very much for watching. And if you're seeing this on YouTube and you want early access to even more of me playing Fate Hollow Ataraxia, I am ahead on Patreon. The next, I think, 3 parts. I'm 3 parts ahead on Patreon. So if you want to check out my page below for $5, you can get instant early access to those. That's hours of content you can get access to right away. You'll be able to keep up with my current time playthrough. Of course, if you can't pledge to the Patreon, I'll still be reading your comments and be checking out what you think of the playthrough, of course. Appreciate all of you. But that is there if you want to support the channel and check that out. Otherwise, once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.